Hello, and welcome to the Disney Dunces. Using your touch-tone keypad, please enter the first three letters of the movie title you would like to see. You've selected The Fox and the Hound. If this is correct, please press 1 now.
Hello and welcome to Disney Dunces, the only Disney podcast presented by self-proclaimed non-experts. I'm Dunce number one. You can just call me Richard.
And I'm Craig Stew, and I'm Dunce number two.
And I'm the third one. And a part of me was debating. I just started screaming, "You ain't nothing but a hound!" Because TikTok has told me that is exactly what passes for comedy nowadays. But I'm gonna abstain. And instead, we're gonna have a nice adult conversation about healthy food habits.
No, before that, can we please first go into the Elvis thing? Because there was recently a Family Feud question in which the question was, every pop star aspires to be what or who? And the number one answer was Elvis. And this was a Steve Harvey 2023 Family Feud question. Can you believe that that was the number one answer?
It depends on where you ask. If you're asking specifically 100 people in Graceland, sure.
I mean, I don't know where they were
I
asked,
just don't consider Elvis a pop star. Like, rock star, certainly.
Rock star, yeah. It's very strange.
But I feel like, number two was Michael Jackson, right?
Yeah,
of course,
number two was Michael Jackson.
Literal king of pop.
King of pop.
There was like a Beyonce, a Madonna, which those make sense.
Elvis is just the king, so I guess he just rules over everything. Is that just how that works? I don't know.
I'm just like... Yeah, I don't know. I have no idea. I don't know where to go with this.
Wait, why are we talking about this instead of healthy eating habits?
Just because of the hound dog thing, I felt like I wanted to bring that to Casca's attention because it was very strange to me. I can tell you that.
Again, it does depend on where they're at. Like, I feel like when they do these things, they literally go in person. They ask people at like a fucking mall, and the people like the mall in the morning. The only people in the mall in the morning are old women running the rounds, getting their walking in. So that's the only thing I could imagine.
Oh yeah, probably.
And it's not because they think Elvis is a pop star. It's probably the only person they can name.
Okay. Healthy eating habits. Let's go.
Yeah, Richard, I would love to hear your take on healthy eating habits. Specifically, you had an interesting one that you were saying Craig was about to do.
Okay.
So I want to...
Do we want to start from the beginning?
About this.
Or no?
What happened?
I'm going to...
What is the beginning?
Oh, okay.
What is the beginning? Craig says, I'm going to do intermittent fasting, but before that, I'm going to grab a Jell-O. And then Richard goes, oh, I did that all the time.
Yeah. Okay. In which I was unintentionally doing the intermittent fasting, in which I would probably eat my first thing of the day at like 3 o'clock, and then I would have something at 6, and then... that's what I would eat during the day. This happened when I was unemployed at the time, so I didn't even need the energy. But then this habit kind of continued, in which there would be occasions where I would eat only one meal per day. Like, I would get home from work and I would just go to Taco Bell and get what do they call it? 5 chalupas, 5 cheesy gordita crunches, 5 crunch wraps, and, just going down the list. And I was somehow maintaining a very healthy weight despite all of the garbage that I was eating. And I think it's because of intermittent fasting.
Well, see, that actually what he was doing, it is considered, it's part of it. It certainly is. There are different ways of doing it. So you're going to also
just leave Taco Bell on your floor for 16 hours? And
that's not part of it. That's just disgusting.
Oh, okay.
But according to the Google, Intermittent fasting there's several ways to do intermittent fasting and choosing regular time periods to eat and fast. It says, for instance, you may try eating only during an 8-hour period each day and fast for the remainder, which is what I'm trying to do right now, where I'm doing between 1 and 9, because I would prefer to eat earlier during the day. I would prefer to get like maybe an 11 to 7 type thing going. But unfortunately, on one of my days of the week, I don't get out till 8 o'clock, and then by the time I eat, it's 8:30, and so.
But what is it supposed to do for you?
It's supposed to burn calories because you're just not eating during that 16-hour period. It's supposed to do something. It's like, to do it properly, you're not supposed to be eating Taco Bell.
No, and that's something I wanted to address with Richard. I know he used the term "I maintained a healthy weight," and that is the misconception. There is that you're using weight as the end all be all to what is health. When actuality, what I'm sure is happening is your body was probably going into a form of starvation mode and maintaining what you had. And instead of pulling from your normal calories from fat like normally, what it would normally do, it was pulling from muscle. So I guarantee during that time period, your muscle mass was probably getting lower and lower while you were putting on fat.
Maybe. I look great, though. I would happily take my shirt off to show you.
This article here
if I was still doing it.
Basically, this article says that after hours without food, the body exhausts its sugar stores and then starts burning fat, which is called metabolic switching. Intermittent fasting contracts with normal eating patterns for most Americans who eat throughout their waking hours. If someone is eating 3 meals a day plus snacks and they're not exercising, then every time they eat, they're running on those calories and not burning their fat stores. So, basically, if you just don't eat as much...
So this is the combat having to move your body.
Well, you're supposed to do a little everything, but that's why, But there are people, actually, apparently it's... There's like a whole thing, and apparently it does work, where you eat, like, one big meal, and then you do skip, like, eating an entire day. Which I think is insane, but it is like a legitimate thing I've heard of. I don't know. I would never do it. I can't just not eat during the day.
That sounds sad.
Now, Craig's drinking from the fire hose right now, but what are the cons of intermittent fasting?
What does that mean? What does that mean, drinking from the fire hose? What does that mean?
I don't know. It's something I heard recently. How about drinking the Kool-Aid?
I feel like I've heard this phrase "drinking from the garden hose," which sounds a little bit more pleasant but nasty. Like, have you experienced a fire hose? You shouldn't drink from that.
I mean, I know you shouldn't, but I heard it from a rather elderly gentleman, so I think maybe that's what they would.
He might have just had dementia.
I wouldn't say about... this guy, he actually was fasting because of Ramadan. So I feel that this could also be a con where... I'm actually looking at this now.
The con is it feels like it's Ramadan all the time, so Ramadan feels less special.
Oh.
Is that a con?
Because, I'm wondering what the cons are of doing this.
Being hungry.
I don't know. I'm not that hungry because I think about it like this. I sleep, obviously, right? Most of a big chunk of that time I'm asleep, right? So that means I wake up maybe 16 hours. I sleep for 8 hours. That means the only times I'm not eating is a 4-hour period in the morning and a 4-hour period at night, and it's not that difficult.
Okay.
So it's like, I don't know. I don't find it that hard. In the morning, I get a little hungry. At night, I'm definitely not hungry by the time I go to bed. Because I don't want.
Also, strange to me.
I also don't want to go to bed having eaten something.
So how many calories are you going to take in during the time that you are eating? If that feels so important.
Right now, more than I should be, probably.
Well, thanks, Craig.
but I'm working towards it.
Okay, but are you? Do you have a plan in place? Are you just going in there, going, "I'm eating. I'm not eating now."
Well, right. You gotta just start it off by just getting on a routine. Only eating during these period of time. So, for me, actually, it was every morning I used to get a muffin at work, or I was getting a muffin at work.
That's terrible.
And
That's carbs.
The muffin's
That's
gone.
terrible.
And then I replaced that because I was like, that's a lot of sugar. Let me just get the bagels.
So much.
So then I
Oh,
switched
the bagel! You're replacing that with more carbs?
Bagels.
So then I just now I'm like, no, now I'm not having either. So,
Craig, I feel that your issue is that you tried to replace a carb with another carb. I feel that you should.
I don't think muffins are like that carby. I mean, they are, but they're not like there's a ton of sugar in them too. You forget about that. It's like well, it depends what you get. I got a chocolate chip muffin. There's a ton of sugar in that shit.
It doesn't depend what you get. I mean, you get a muffin, you're getting a muffin. You're having breakfast cake. Jesus Christ.
It's less carbs than 2 bagels, though. So.
Wait, you're doing 2
You're
bagels?
getting 2 bagels, Craig. You don't need intermittent fasting, my dude. You just gotta watch what you fucking eat.
Well, then I stopped. I stopped doing it.
I'm glad. If this is what's gonna get you to stop doing that, then by all means do it. Again, I don't know the philosophy, the science, or anything behind intermittent fasting. I know it's something people do, but I'm just thinking about it. I'm just like, I wouldn't be able to do anything. I wouldn't be able to do fucking anything. God.
Yeah, because when I was unintentionally intermittent fasting, like I would get headaches pretty frequently. My energy level would be pretty low.
That's because you ate one time during the day.
I would usually get the headaches and stuff before I eat my meal.
Like today, this is what I ate today. I had my peanut butter sandwich at lunch.
What time?
Okay.
At 1:00 because I was hungry. So
Okay.
I had a Twix bar.
Of course you are.
I had a Twix bar, and then I had leftover some leftover pasta for dinner, and a salad, and some chips. As like
And a
snack.
Jello. You can't
And a
forget
Jello,
the Jello.
but the Jello's like that. It's like a fat-free, sugar-free Jello. There's like nothing in that.
I mean, I'd still consider you eating that as
I'm saying,
food.
but I ate that during
As
the
food,
course
Craig.
of a day. It's like, that's all I ate that's what I ate during the day. It's not like I waited till 5:00 in the afternoon to eat a bunch of Taco Bell, Like,
What kind of pasta was it?
it was
That's
just,
important.
It was, what do they call it? Penne.
Because
Just
where's your
regular penne.
protein, Craig?
You need a protein, Craig.
I didn't think I had any protein today.
Oh my
Craig,
god!
it's the most important part. All right, and then you got a Jello. Is that where your
And I
day
had a
was
Jello.
right there?
Craig,
That was
at
a-
least switch the Twix for a Snickers because that has
No, that's-
protein.
I can't listen to Rich when it comes to healthy things. He puts the fucking Taco Bell on the floor. It's just like, that's perfectly fine.
Richard, I want to know what you ate today, please.
I get 3 servings of veggies per day, in which, okay, what did I have today?
That's
I
pretty
had
fucking poggers, my dude.
gummy vitamins, a trail mix, and that's actually all that I ate today.
Stop!
What?
Like one trail. Wait, what do you mean a trail mix? What does that mean?
Trail mix. What
It
does
was
that
like
mean?
it was like the Costco trail mix, a little package of that.
Like how
I don't
big of a
remember getting
package
my
did you
trail mix.
like the Costco? Because Costco's that's big packages. You eat the
No,
whole bag
Costco
thing?
has like individual serving packages.
Okay.
So what you eat?
Yeah.
200
You had one of
calories
those.
today?
Honestly, I think he had like 200 calories today.
I mean, I have to get ready for the podcast. If this was like normal circumstances, I would have eaten my nice meal from undisclosed delivery service. We need the sponsors. I can't mention them by name.
That's right. You want to be responsible for keeping Richard alive. You got to pay for it.
Yeah. Yeah. So, and then I would have that. Like, this is one of those days where I'm not eating as much just because it's been very busy at work. And yeah,
Don't you get a lunch break?
Craig, when you're salary, you work through your lunch break if you want to go home on time to record your favorite podcast with your best friends.
You don't listen to enough podcasts. This
When
is
I'm
your
not
favorite.
selling, I haven't taken a lunch break since I started working at Snap.
Wait, what happened to your peanut butter sandwich?
I ate it and went back to work. It takes 3 seconds to eat it. You could ask anybody that I work with that my lunches take like 2 minutes. And sometimes I'll even eat it just standing behind the register.
Oh my god. Guys, do not go to Craig's place of work because you're going to get peanut butter all over your comic books.
You don't know that.
The pages are all going to be stuck together.
I don't think. Well, they're going to be stuck together for another reason. He just really likes his comic books.
I don't know. Did we talk about what
I don't appreciate this, Rich, because you know full well that I'm like a germaphobe.
Are you telling me that well what's happening to the peanut butter sandwich that you have behind the register?
He obviously puts his hands behind his bag and just kind of dives in, you idiot. You're not handing him the fucking comics in his mouth, are you?
There's not peanut butter on the outside of the bread.
What?
Between
Hold on,
the
how do
bread.
you make your peanut butter sandwiches? Can you walk me through this?
I mean, Rich must make it must go peanut butter, bread, peanut butter, and bread, and then more peanut butter.
No, it's peanut butter, bread,
Oh,
bread, peanut butter.
Yeah.
So it mirrors.
yeah. Oh, 2 pieces of bread in the
confused.
middle, and then peanut butter on the outside.
And peanut butter on the sides. Yeah,
Oh,
it's a peanut butter sandwich.
Oh, of course.
Well, I mean, sometimes you might get like very peanut buttery and maybe some peanut butter seepage is going to be on the crust on the outside.
Craig cuts his crust off. Good fucking try though.
I eat my crust, but second of all, I do not. I guess I don't go that heavy on the peanut butter.
Back in the day, I remember I would always get the peanut butter that had like the Nestle Crunch Bits in it. Do you guys remember that? Is that still a thing?
I've never seen that in my life.
Oh,
You
my.
sure it's just not chunky peanut butter?
Oh, no, it's
The
not
Nestle
chunky
Crunch
peanut
Bits
butter.
are peanuts, Richard.
I swear it had Nestle Crunch in the peanut butter. Like the Bunch of Crunch.
Like chocolate
The
in
bunch
the.
of
That sounds good. I mean, I actually had a peanut. I had the other day when I had a. It was like an M&M cookie, but it was baked. It must have been baked with peanut butter. in the
I've never seen
fucking
this in
cookie.
my fucking life.
I've never seen that either.
Never
Doubly
seen my this is just
delicious.
Candy.
It is just candy.
This is just fucking candy. Might as well just fucking eat Nutella, man.
Man, I don't know. This is what I used to do, but man, I see that the only way that I can find it online is by going to a link off Google that goes to foodtown.com, which I have a feeling Foodtown has been out of business
There's
for
no way
quite some
Foodtown
time.
still exists. I
Foodtown
have
by me,
a
it's still
bottle
there.
of oregano that's branded with Foodtown, and I'm like, why do we have this? It must be fucking 30 years old.
Foodtown's
And
still
I probably
around
put
here.
it back in the cupboard.
There's still
Really?
a Foodtown around here. Yeah.
I'm shocked.
I'm sure, just like the Corrados, right?
Corrado's just closed. What are you talking?
Oh,
My
no.
dad called me the other day just to tell me that he went into Corrados, and then the next day there was a sign on the door saying they were closed, and he
Corrado's
was really
ahead
excited.
of its time. Corrado's was ahead of they were pre like Trader Joe's and
Yeah.
Whole Foods, and then Trader Joe's
That
and
was
Whole
a-
Foods took over, and it's like, well, why go there?
Yeah,
That
my
was
my
the
dad
quality
said
store.
how there was one person working the lotto counter, one person working the deli, but there was absolutely like nothing out in the deli. And then there was one person in the store aside from him, and that was it. And he was like really proud that he was one of the last people to step foot into that Corrados.
It's very
I gotta say, Nolan, that's just candy. You can't have it.
Oh, Lynn did a little reaction on the peanut butter. Okay.
I was like, well, when you said that, I was like, who's Nolan?
Nolan,
Nolan, you
North,
can't
do
have
you
it.
forget it's just our
Nolan
special
North?
guest episode? Come on in!
Is Nolan Ryan here?
Who's that?
Yeah, I have no idea what that is.
Baseball player.
Oh, yeah, definitely. We got baseball player.
You like baseball?
No one likes baseball.
I'm aware of baseball.
I know it exists. I've seen it played. I've been adjacent. I've eaten a hot dog and some Cracker Jack.
So what movie did we watch today?
I didn't watch anything today. If I'm honest with you, I went to work and I came home and I played video games and then I talked to you guys.
What movie did you watch yesterday or the day before or maybe before that for the podcast?
Oh, for the podcast, like I saw a lot of movies. For the podcast, it was that one Disney movie where the mother dies in the like very beginning. Which one was that?
Bambi.
So I watched. The hunter gets the mother right just immediately, and it really sets the tone for the rest of the film. Which is to say not at all, because the rest of it's pretty cute. So it's not.
It's sad, though.
It's a sad movie. This is a sad fucking movie, guys. We watched a sad one today.
This is one of the worst movies I've ever seen.
Well, that's not true.
No, like it looks like you've taken this movie out from the 1940s when Walt Disney made it himself. Okay. Well, if he did, I don't know.
Well,
I don't know. The animation looked very outdated.
Wow. Okay, now I know you're fucking full of shit, my dude.
No, I watched this. I even paused the movie while making dinner so that I wouldn't miss anything and that I could be justified in my criticism. Because this really harkens back to old Disney times, in which I hate old Disney times. Like, the songs and the sounds, they sound like they're coming from a record player. The animation, it looks like, I don't even know how to describe it, but I don't like it. And it has everything that I hate about movies, in which they even had very unbelievable characters with talking animals.
How? What?
Yeah, what? Yeah, what?
You just described every Disney movie.
Yeah, literally every Disney movie that ever fucking exists. How dare those animals talk to each other?
No,
God
Pinocchio was good.
Pinocchio was older than this one!
Oh, sorry, live action Pinocchio was good.
Nothing was good about live action Pinocchio.
No,
Stop talking to me.
live action Pinocchio is a step above because it doesn't have that like old school animation. Like
animation
that's
from this movie.
I'm not talking to Richard. He's doing like this
very
weird little
good for
bit
its,
where
for
he's
its
just
type. I mean,
not making any. I'm done.
Yeah.
Richard, you're off the podcast. Leave. Craig, how are you doing today, buddy?
I'm all right.
Good. And I'm
sad
glad,
because this movie was very sad.
It was very sad.
I cried.
It was a very sad movie.
I cried right at the beginning. I cried a bunch of times throughout.
There's a lot to cry
about.
about.
At one point, I had to pause it and go get a tissue to wipe my tears.
This movie reminded me.
Richard, you're off the podcast.
No, I'm going to make a good parallel here.
Oh, okay.
Because do you know that story about the babies that were born in Korea and one was shipped off to the south and one was shipped off to the north? And then they end up having to fight each other in the war? Because that's a lot like what this movie was. You have babies, friends at birth, separated by distance, government, and whatever else you want to. Like,
I think the key difference in this is they were never friends. The Koreans, they were just
they were.
No,
I thought they were babies.
They were babies. And
yeah, but it can be natural, a friendship like that.
Can we just like talk about the American Civil War that literally pitted brother against brother?
I mean, that's essentially what this is about, too. Sorry, I'm just going back to my heritage.
I don't know where this weird Korean baby shit came from, but you were so non-specific about. I couldn't even kind of wrap my head around what the fuck you were saying.
No, do you know how
what
there's
were the relations of these babies, Richard?
Sorry, do you know that there's a North Korea and a South Korea?
Okay, yes, I'm aware of that.
Yeah, so there's a story about two brothers that were born together at the same time. Maybe you want to say they're twins, maybe they're just brothers, one or the other.
Well, if they were born at the same time, Richard, I think that legally, scientifically, definitely makes them twins.
And I think that someone, for some reason, one of them decided to walk over to the south line, one of them decided to walk over to the north line.
These babies, after they were just born, walked over the
babies, yeah, what is...
I don't know, but it's very similar to how this movie plays out.
It's not though,
which-
because they weren't friends. They didn't know each other.
They were babies.
They were babies.
Is this a story from something? Is this a documentary you watch? What is this?
No, oh my god. I actually also have bonus content, but I don't know if we want to get into the bonus content now or later.
I need you to justify the Korean baby story.
It's about the Korean War. You know the Korean War?
I want to know why you know of these babies, Richard.
This was like a big thing in Korea. I think it was a movie there. I don't know how I know about it.
Do you visit Korea often?
No, but there was a time where I would be watching all of these like nicely inspired Asian films. And that was one of them. I think it's called like My Brother Sook or something.
What is a nicely inspired Asian film?
I don't know. Like, you know, I guess like maybe Asian Emmys, whatever they call them there. Golden Globes. I was looking at the top movies that were over there, and it was one of the big ones.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
I've no fucking clue. I don't know. Richard's never watched a fucking movie in his life until he had to for a podcast. And now he's telling me, he's sitting here and trying to tell me before all of this, before we knew him, he partook in Asian cinema, but not any, just the finest creme de la creme, global Emmy, Golden Award winning Asian, nicely inspired filmography from the far-off land of Korea. What are you talking about?
I don't know. It was, like I was watching hits such as Old Boy and I forget what else there was. I know Old Boy was one of them.
Old Boy's good.
I couldn't tell you what even happens in it. I don't know.
And we're not going to talk about Old Boy on this podcast. We're not going to talk about Old Boy on the Fox and the Hound fucking episode.
Okay.
There's a time and a place.
But not this one.
It. I remember one of them that you liked. What was it called? I can't remember. I remember one specifically you had. It doesn't matter.
I was watching a few of them.
Yeah, you're watching a bit. I remember.
Yeah, so that's why, like, I don't know why I'm being shat on for watching the creme de la creme of Asian cinema.
Because you retained literally nothing. And you brought crumbs to the podcast and you expected us to lap them up and fucking thank you for it. That's the problem. But you came with an empty box of donuts and said, "Here you go, guys. Enjoy." It's like, what do you want me to do? You want me to just sit there and thank you for it? Fucker? No, I'm going to get mad.
Craig
You should have brought
me
the
for
box
it.
if all you had was crumbs, Richard.
I don't want crumbs. Why would I want crumbs?
No one wants crumbs. We're not ants. We didn't even watch Ants. That's a different studio.
I'm sorry. I'll edit this out in post.
No, you don't edit this out. That's now. You can't, because I'm going to constantly reference the two Korean brother twins for the rest of my fucking life. Okay, so The Fox and the Hound, of course, is a film that is about a fox named Sun Yuk, I believe Richard said his name was. And his twin, who happens to be a basset hound named Copper.
Do you want me to take it from here?
Please, you're the one who saw it, not me.
Now, it's really a tale of nature and the circle of life, in which you have Hunter trying to hunt foxes for his great poaching business, where he takes the fur of foxes and does whatever he wants with them. It's essentially his way of life.
That bothers me so much.
Which
What?
part, Greg? Please elaborate.
This bothers me so because I love animals so much,
Okay, you mean the act of skinning animals?
No, the fact that Rich is referring to this as the circle of life.
You know,
it's
Hunter catches fox.
It's essentially
fox gets turned
relationship.
into whatever Hunter wants. Symbiosis, Craig.
It's essentially relationship between hunter and prey. Are you telling me
He's
hunter and
just
prey is
skinning
not
him
the
for
circle of
fun.
life?
It's not the entire circle of life, Richard.
I mean, I don't know. What am I missing in this equation?
It feels less like a circle of life when you have the guy and then he kills a fox and then takes its skin. Where's the cyclical part?
I mean, there's got to be some parts that he's just saying, don't need this. And then it goes back into the earth in which to become food for the worms. And the worms become food for the birds. And the birds become food for the hunter again.
No, the
because he has to continue the
foxes,
process.
And then the foxes become food for the hunter.
They don't. They just become fur for the hunter, not food. He's not eating them.
He's probably eating them. You don't know.
Regardless, it's very sad.
It is very sad. I don't like it either.
Yeah, because this guy, he's going around like he sees Mother Fox, and you know what he wants to do? He wants to kill the mother and the baby, but luckily the mother, she knows a thing or two about hunters.
The point is, this isn't like, we're not talking about humans in like prehistoric times where they needed to hunt for fur and use it for...
We're talking about Korean twins and how a war tore them apart.
So, we're talking about fairly modern. They have cars, even though they're not like
got jalopies.
Little jalopies, you know. Like somebody's shearing a sheep out there and making cotton. There's cotton.
Greg,
and, like,
they still shear sheep today.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay. I wasn't sure what you're saying.
So they don't need the fox fur for shit, is what I'm saying. They don't need anybody's fur for shit.
Richard, you know when this movie came out? You don't, because you said it came out in the 60s.
Now, like, just looking at the animation, it's very reminiscent of Bambi, at least when I saw Bambi on VHS. But when I did the preview for last week, I have a feeling this might be more so the 90s, but everything about this movie screamed old days.
Yes, it's very it's classic. It came out in 81.
Oh.
Yeah.
81?
81, I'm pretty sure.
That
81, yeah.
Seems older than I would think, but
No,
like
81. Not a lot of names in it though. Names
What?
you recognize.
Oh, didn't it have God, what's her name? Not Cher, but the other one? I don't know,
Russell?
some big singer.
Sonny?
What?
Sonny?
No. No. God, fine. What were the names?
Mickey Rooney. I remember seeing Mickey Rooney in there.
Kurt Russell.
Kurt Russell, that was another big one.
Corey Feldman.
Corey Feldman, yep.
Are we talking about the same movie?
We are talking about the same movie, Richard.
Those are the
Where
names I
was-
was familiar with.
Yeah, those jumped out at me.
I've heard the name Pearl Bailey before.
Mm-hmm.
Sandy Duncan, I've heard the name, but I don't know what they're from. I just
You heard
the
of
name.
Sandy Duncan from American Dad.
Okay, I'm looking at the
Who's
names
she
right
on
now,
American Dad?
They just
and
mentioned
I don't
her.
see any names that I'm familiar with, so I don't know why I thought that some singer that I thought I recognized was part of
You
this
know,
movie.
the antithesis of Cher, I guess.
It's like
that may
Cher of
be.
that time is what I was thinking.
Who are you talking
Craig,
about?
who's Cher? Who's Cher?
No.
Who's Cher of the 80s?
I missed
Craig?
what you were saying because I lagged.
Oh, he was saying he knew it wasn't Cher, but it was the Cher of the 80s.
Cher is the Cher of the 80s.
Thank you.
She didn't go away.
I'm trying
It's
to
in
find
like
out.
5 decades.
Still going strong.
I'm also looking at like who sang stuff, and none of these names are starting. Like none of these names are standing out to me. So I don't know what happened.
I think Pearl Bailey, was she Big Mama or am I crazy?
I'm looking at her right now. Maybe. Oh, you mean the owl?
Yeah.
Because Pearl Bailey definitely sung the songs.
Okay.
Oh, she was Big Mama.
There we go. That's because I'm thinking the only person who I can remember singing that was like actually a character and actually sang like there it was the owl. And I'm pretty sure that would have been Pearl Bailey.
Gotcha. That reminds me of something that I was thinking about during this movie, in which Craig, your brother works for NASA. Couldn't he like tell us if aliens are real?
The fuck does that have to do with this movie?
But like,
answer the man, Craig.
yeah, like couldn't you ask him?
I know we know he can't legally tell us.
Yeah,
but
like ask his opinion.
Can he tell us?
Like just
off
say
off the record.
Yeah.
That's important. Off
like
the
say
record.
off the record. What
Off
are your
the
thoughts
record.
on aliens? Do they exist?
Do they exist? Off the record, just as a layman.
Yeah.
And you give him a wink.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You give him a wink.
Can you do that for us, Craig? Like,
do that
text
for
him
us,
right
Craig?
now, because it would be great if we could get an answer on this show.
I'm not asking him right now.
But will you?
Sure, maybe.
Remember to do the wink. It's important.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. What? Like, do you want me to write the text for you so you can just copy paste?
No. You can
okay.
you could probably just text him.
I don't have his number. Can you send me his number?
Can you give us his number right now on the podcast for everyone else involved? Everyone, can we just all text Craig's brother? ask him off the record as a layman wink.
I want to know why we're talking about aliens. How the fuck?
Because it's such a just the idea of
Was this
brother
while I was
versus
lagging?
brother in this war-torn country is just it's such an alien idea to Richard. He can't fathom it.
I don't know. This movie just reminded me of that fact that he works for NASA and he could get us the answers that we all
you know what
need.
it is? Rich is it's aliens or Richard that humans would have. It would care at all about animals. That's what it is.
That might be it.
Maybe. I guess it's just that I don't like these movies where animals are the main character. Like, I have no sympathy
Richard
for them.
fucking hates The Lion King. Every time it comes on, he gets so fucking mad. He's like, oh, those fucking aminals. Oh.
I think they have to be exotic animals because I love Lion King, but when you have something like Fox and the Hound, Lady and the Tramp, I'm not interested.
Okay.
Maybe it's dogs. Maybe if they're in the
Maybe it's
dog
dogs.
family,
Maybe
I'm
you
not
hate
interested.
Dogs. You might hate dogs.
Yeah, that might be true.
I like dogs enough.
Dogs are great.
Dogs are pretty good. Yeah, they're cute.
I'm more of a cat guy. That's why I like Lion King. And Feifel. And...
he's a world famous cat.
well, I mean, not the cat family, but he's cat adjacent because he's prey for the cats. Circle of life.
Why did he pray for the cats? Are the cats in
what?
trouble?
Huh? No. P-R-E-Y. P-R-E-Y.
Oh, like
Yeah.
the game. Yeah, so I guess we're watching The Aristocrats next week, huh?
No.
Oh.
I already know what we're watching next week.
You wanted a movie you would like. That's the one. That's the big one.
No, we're asking for recommendations from the fans, in which we have like a big lineup right now.
You
we
just
have
said
at
this
least
is your favorite podcast, Richard.
What are we
You're our
talking
number
about?
one fan.
I have been the number one fan for quite some time, but I like to give the title to our other number one fans.
Mm-hmm.
But that's neither here nor there, because I want to just talk about the Fox and the Hound. Like, if there's even anything to talk about aside from the general, like, conflict. Because, like, we have Fox, we have Hound, who are supposed to be natural enemies. Is that how it works? Kind of like the mongoose
It's a
and the
basset
snake?
hound, but I believe they also refer to it as a... Is it also a foxhound? Isn't that what they also refer to them as?
That sounds... You're thinking of Metal Gear.
Oh, maybe I am.
You're thinking of Metal Gear.
Regardless.
I get them confused all the time. Yeah.
Regardless, the whole idea is that they're basically bred as tracking dogs.
Yeah, it's what they do. They use for hunting. So in a sense, Richard, yeah, sure.
Yeah, natural enemies. But
His name
it's
is,
one
by
of
the way,
those-
it's Todd. His name is
Todd.
It's not Sun Yuk.
Sun Yuk.
Is it not
And-
Sun Yuk? I'm confused. Did we watch different movies here?
That was the one that Rich watched.
Yeah.
Yeah, for the podcast. I'm confused.
But like, I guess I wanted to kind of go into this where it kind of preaches that message that I've been seeing on like Twitter a lot. Like, do you ever see the picture of like the white baby holding the black baby's hand and like, you know, them laughing together? In which no one is born with hate in their heart, and it's only the ignorance of adults who breed hate into the world. In which this is essentially how it happened in this movie. Because you have Copper, you have Todd, who they don't know anything about their roles in life. And they just see each other and they decide like, oh, let's play together. Let's have a fun time. In which a friendship starts to blossom between these two beautiful creatures. And it's something that, like, you know, it made my heart smile a little bit, but somehow I was like quickly taken out of the movie just
you
because
realized you were looking at dogs and you were like, I fucking hate those.
We forgot to mention that. Well, obviously, we mentioned that Todd's mother was killed early on in the movie by a hunter.
Yeah, right at the beginning.
But he was then found by this very nice old lady who
well, he was let's say he was
Big
found
Mom.
by Big Mama, and Big Mama was like, I ain't raising this fucking
is
kid.
Big
Hold on.
Mama the owl or is
Big
it
Mama
the
is the owl.
human? Oh, owl. Okay. Yeah.
and so she.
But is she even like a part of the movie? I feel she only
She's
showed
in
up for
the
one thing.
She's the catalyst for the film, bud.
No, she's not. Are you? I
Okay.
mean, I guess maybe she is, but I think
She keeps the baby alive. She puts the baby in a house. The baby is grown up in this house where it meets the dog. The owl constantly guides the baby fox, saying, "Hey, this is what's gonna happen. This is what's gonna be life is. And by the way, we're gonna get your dick wet. Let's fucking go!"
No,
And
wasn't it
like every time the movie needs to move along, Big Mama is there to move it along.
No, I thought it was
That
the
is her role.
caterpillar.
The
Wasn't
cat-
it the caterpillar?
The caterpillar was just like
It was like a side story for two birds.
It was just what are they good?
It was like R2D2 and C3PO going
I
for a
thought
stupid adventure.
I thought he put the birds and the owl into motion.
No,
It was just he was just the what do they call it? The funny
The catalyst.
no
yeah, no.
The B
It was
plot?
It was the B plot. It
no
was
it's
the
not
fun
even
part.
it's
It
not
was
even a
the
plot. It's just the
comic relief.
comic relief is the word I was thinking.
Yeah. Comic relief.
Especially you needed it. It was the movie was very sad.
It's a very sad movie. Yeah, it was Shakespearean in that way. It's just like here's the serious stuff. And then here's a little silly caterpillar with some birdies. All right, back to fucking breaking your heart.
I don't think you needed that because there's plenty in this movie that like is just happy and fun times. I mean, sure, you have some bad times sprinkled with that.
There's a lot that I would say there is a fair amount of happy and fun, but the happy fun times end pretty early.
No, but then they come back later on.
But like
They're very short lived.
yeah, I don't know. I feel like I don't have a problem with the caterpillar. Am I saying that necessarily needed the caterpillar? No, but it gave you something else to look at other than this. Oh, this fucking fox and his dog's gonna come back and he's gonna kill this fucking fox. Oh man,
Oh man.
gave us something to look at.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah. And also, I'm gonna say this is you gotta have something for the babies to be like, ooh, boogie boogie, look at the funny bug. Otherwise, it's just like, you know, watching a fox and a hound learn to hate each other. That's not super great for the babies.
So they said they were going to be best friends forever.
Best friends forever.
But that quickly took a turn because I guess these two creatures, they have their owners, in which the hound has the owner of the man who how would you describe him?
A horrible old man.
He uses the word female a lot.
Like
If this was not a children's movie, I think he would probably be using worse words for.
He would fit in the song. If you plug this guy into the Song of the South.
like
He'd
I
be
would
dropping
say he's very
N-bombs,
akin to like everyone's racist grandpa, you know? Where
Yeah,
like you just
sure.
kind of put up with him.
Well,
Like
sometimes
he's a little
well,
outdated. You can't change his mind. He's stuck in his ways.
Loves his guns.
Yeah, he's a horrible.
Calls women females.
Female.
And then you
Yeah,
have
a lot of that. A lot of calling them females.
yeah.
Yeah, he's pretty terrible. What's his name?
Yeah. The
Copper.
hunter.
No, he's got a name.
No, Copper's the best at Hounds.
Amos Slade.
Amos Slade. There
Famous
it is.
Amos
Famous Amos.
Slade.
Oh, like the cookie guy.
Like the cookie guy, except less black.
And definitely more
Good
racist.
thing too.
Wait, what?
Huh? I'm just saying he wouldn't be a big fan of himself if he was.
Ate off himself.
Oh, wow. I'm just looking at him right now.
The woman's name is Widow.
Yeah, I assume she is a widow. I thought that was like her title.
It
Widow
just says
something
Widow
or other.
Tweed.
Widow Tweed. There it is. I assume she married a man named Tweed, so she's the Widow Tweed. I might be wrong though. Her name might just fucking be Widow.
I don't
I
know.
don't know.
I mean, she was lonely enough to adopt a fox, so I'm just saying.
Yeah, she adopts the fox. What's his face has little Copper, and I don't know. The two of them, they don't like each other much. I guess because Amos is just stuck in his ways, and he wants to kill the fox for some reason.
Does want to kill the fox real bad.
Because, well, it starts off that he thinks the fox is going after the chickens because old Chief, who's the other dog, who's the old dog who's there, obviously who's been hunting foxes his whole life, sees them and starts chasing after him.
Chases him right into the chicken coop and then destroys the chicken coop, but it's the fox's fault.
Because, the dog can do no wrong.
Yeah.
Just
Those
like
damn foxes.
Just like a regular racist, what they would assume.
That's right. Racism is bad, children.
That's pretty much what I got from this movie.
Yeah. That was the whole movie. Racism is bad. I don't know. Watch out for trains. That's probably a big one.
Shit, that is a big one.
Watch out for trains. But also, I guess trains, not that bad. Get hit by one, maybe you'll break your leg. I don't know.
Yeah, that's
fine.
where, I really thought that this movie was going to go somewhere else because I kept hearing, oh, this movie's so depressing, which,
It is when you have a soul, but, it's...
Well, Fox got killed, okay, maybe it's a little sad. And then later on in the movie, happy fun times, don't see where this is going. But then once the man, Amos, takes Copper away to go, hunting for the season or whatever, time passes. That's all we need to know. And that's kind of where we learn that Copper, he shouldn't be associating with those foxes. And it could be really
not that
bad times.
Shouldn't be associating with the
What?
He was raised by a horrible fox-hating racist.
And Richard's with him, down with foxes.
I mean, I wouldn't say down with foxes.
That's why he hated this movie so much. Now, if it was the famous Amos film, he would have been all over it. It would have been his favorite.
I mean,
That's what
would
I'm picking
I mean,
up.
it would have been about cookies in that case, and Rich would have loved that.
Okay, you put famous Amos in his own little bakery, okay?
Okay.
And I mean, maybe you throw Remy in there from Ratatouille,
Okay.
because I'm
So
okay with Remy.
is it his own little bakery because famous Amos is a man of color?
Yeah, he can have it.
Okay.
Yeah, he can have it.
That's
Straight
their
in.
bakery.
And
Yes,
now,
put it
okay,
in-
so it's
put it
famous
in New
Amos's
Orleans
bakery,
with
and now
Tiana.
old man Amos goes into famous Amos's bakery. What happens?
He turns around immediately. What do you mean what happens?
That damn fox.
And I guess he shoots Remy.
Probably.
I don't know where we're going with this anymore.
I don't know. I have no idea what's happening.
So he comes
know.
back from he's from his hunting trip, and now Copper's a big time hunting dog. And
Whoa.
Is
Is he any good?
he's the best.
Did you see how many
Whoa!
pelts he was carrying?
Holy shit. How many pelts can a dog carry? Like 4?
I don't know. Well, the dog was carrying a cart on the back of his
Whoa!
horse. Yeah. Or was it even a horse, or was it a
was a car.
vehicle?
It was a car. It was a
Okay.
car.
Yeah, I mean, he's good. Like, they're great at hunting foxes. Like, some might say undefeated. But
they had a literal like metric ton of pelts. It was depressing.
Yeah, but climax of the movie, the two meet and Copper says, "Go away." And
and Todd Sun Yuk is like, "Buddy, it's me. Come on, it's been a while. What's going on?" And then Chief wakes up and goes, "I'm gonna chase you, Fox, again." And he does. He chases him real far.
Some might say that they've made it outside of Korea too.
They made it right across the border.
Yeah, because even what's his face? What's the dad's name?
Amos?
Amos, yeah, famous
Amos?
Yeah, famous Amos. He joins in on the hunt, wants to hunt them down.
Is this when he hops in the car, or did that already happen?
Oh, that already happened. This is time skip. This is time skip. No, we already skipped the part where he goes and he hops in his car, chases the fox the first time, shoots up the old lady's milk in her jalopy, where she comes out, takes his gun, fucking shoots up his car for real, and then points the gun at him, and he goes, "You know that's loaded!" And she shoots it into the air and says, "Now it's not," and hits him in the nuts with it.
Mm-hmm.
The Widow Tweed did not take any like lick of shit from this man.
Damn right.
She's
damn
pretty
right.
great. She's fantastic. Wonderful woman. Oh man, but no, we're in the future where the fox is now being chased, and Copper, being the amazing hunting dog he is, gets him cornered, and he's all like, "I can't watch you die, buddy, so I'm not gonna let him know. So I'll lead him this way." And he leads him that way. And then Todd comes out, and then Chief finds him, and they're on the train tracks. So you see Chief, of course, chases the fucking fox on the train tracks. And you know exactly what's gonna happen. A train shows up and hits the fucking dog. He goes flying off the tracks into a fucking stream, landing on top of rocks. And
you assume he's dead.
And Copper looks up at the fucking train tracks where the Todd Sun Yuk still is, and he's all like, "I'll never forgive you. I'm gonna get you for this." Because, the fox summoned the fucking train to kill the dog. Like, come on! You're running on train tracks! Why is it his fault? And Copper's like, I should have killed him when I had the chance.
Because he learned racism.
Now poor Chief he has a hurt leg.
He broke his leg.
His leg's broken. He got hit by a fucking train and his leg is broken. But I'm gonna swear vengeance on that fucking fox because he did this.
And his life's a little bit better now because he gets to fucking sleep inside the house because this fucking asshole can't let his fucking dogs inside the house.
Yeah, because dogs aren't pets; they're tools, Greg.
Yeah, apparently.
Famous Amos.
That's what quote famous Amos.
That's famous.
Dogs are tools.
It's on the back of every pack of cookies. Are you done? Oh my god. Yeah, I like this film, but I'm also very you could have killed the dog.
Yeah,
Kill the dog, it's fine.
Like, you killed the fox in the beginning of the movie. Why can't you kill this thing too?
Yeah, the fucking dog deserves to die. He's an asshole.
And it's not like
He's
Disney's
a racist
against.
asshole.
It's not like Disney's against killing some people. I mean, we seen how that one guy died in Tarzan. Remember that?
Yeah. That was fucking visceral and horrendous.
I'm starting to think more about this, in which maybe Chief ended up jumping a little bit and he got enough air that he wasn't run over. Because I actually had an instance, like, really recently in which I hit a bird in the same way. In which, like, I was driving my car, just going the speed limit, not speeding at all. And then there's a bird in the road. And I think that there's like an old like Seinfeld gag or something in which, like, there's an unwritten law. Car's coming. You get out of the way. But this bird took a while to actually get out of my way. Like, I started like slowing down a little bit, but I still kept going. But bird ends up trying to fly away, but boom, hits the front of my car. And luckily the bird like still manages to get some air, but not a lot of air.
Yeah, you fucking hit it.
Slow the fuck down. Where you obviously had time to slow down. Just slow down and stop the car.
Like, I'm not gonna just wait for this bird to get out of my way. He should know better.
It's a bird!
bird, Craig, when you drive your car and there's a bird in the road, does the bird usually fly away before you go and hit it?
Not always. They're stupid. They're dumb animals.
Casca?
I slow down, and if there's an animal in the road, I fucking stop.
If it's not going to harm me, I will stop the car. Imagine I'm going like 70. Not that I would ever be doing that on like a side road where a bird might be. Like, it would cause me. I'd have to skid off to the side. I'm not gonna stop, but like on a side road, if I'm going 30, 40 miles per hour and I see a bird coming up, I will slow the car down, and if the thing doesn't move, I'll stop the car. Rich, you were with me when I hit a freaking gopher. It destroyed me. It was like the worst things that ever happened to me in my life.
Because Craig hit the gopher, and then we say like, oh, do we go back? We go back, and then the gopher looks up at Craig, just looks at him,
it was
and
horrible.
then lays there defeated. And
because it was dying, but I was like, well, what do I do now? Do I hit it again to take it out of its misery? Like, I didn't know what to do.
We left.
I didn't know what happened.
You left the gopher to suffer?
Well, what if I missed? Then it made it worse.
Then you mean miss?
I didn't. I don't
He
aim for my tires.
over again. Would you go back, Casca, to hit it again?
Here's the thing. I didn't.
Hit it to begin with.
I didn't know what I hit. I just thought I hit something, so we went back because I felt something. It was horrible. My mom actually just hit us, something. I think she told me the other day.
What happened?
And she came home and she was very upset.
Stop hitting the animals.
I was upset too at the bird because he ended up.
No. This is.
Fucking bird, get in my way. This fucking bird, man.
Richard.
Well, I mean, okay, so the story has maybe a happy ending in which we hit the bird, we see the bird still manage to fly, but maybe a feather or two comes off, but he kind of nose dives into a bush.
You probably killed that fucking bird.
No,
Which
he
part of
flew
this is
away.
which part
we saw
of
him
this is the
fly
happy
into a
ending?
bush.
That
doesn't mean it's alive.
It's not
like that groundhog I hit. That fucking
Richard?
thing. Oh, that groundhog was still alive when I hit it. Oh, it must still be okay. It was gonna die.
The next day, I saw him at the side of the road, so he had the energy to go over there. Maybe.
Talking about the groundhog, right?
Yeah, the groundhog.
You found it dead on the side of the road.
About? You drove back the next day?
Yeah, I drove back the next day and I saw him at the side of the road hanging out.
Yeah, that's
Richard
a lie.
Was dead.
It was also dead, probably.
100%. I saw him at the side of the road. I don't know if he was alive. Maybe he was dead.
I'm not saying you did not see him at the side of the road. It would be weird if you didn't see him at the side of the road. Because that is where he died.
Yeah, but he didn't die where Craig hit him.
That makes it even worse.
No, he painfully crawled across. He either painfully crawled across the road or he died in the middle of the road and someone moved him, which also very possible.
Why am I being attacked? Craig is the one who did it.
You're both being attacked because you both hurt animals with your fucking metal death machines. What is wrong with you?
I have remorse for the poor thing.
I think the bird
in Richard's
was fine.
defense, the bird did go against the arrangement we have, the unwritten arrangement that
in my defense, I tried to look for the bird in the bush later on. We passed by the bush. I told Lynn, hey, Lynn, look outside. Do you see it? And she said, no. So the bird might be fine.
That bird is not fine. Fine birds do not crash land into bushes after getting hit by cars. This is an example of healthy bird behavior. They get scared, they fly away, they continue to fly. Here is an example of unhealthy bird behavior. It gets hit. It tries to fly. It can no longer fly. It must land.
I did ask her if we should go look into the bushes and take it home, and she didn't want to.
How much longer was this?
This, like 3 hours later.
That bird was dead. That was a dead bird.
We don't know that.
It's a dead bird. It's a dead ass bird. Someone's cat probably came along, found it fucking dead in the bushes.
We gotta
took it away.
So what happened in this? What else happened in this movie? After the bird got hit with the car,
They swear
Lady
vengeance.
Fox.
what?
Oh yeah, I guess they swear vengeance, but also the fox goes and I guess he runs away from the old lady.
No, he does
and
not.
to live his-
The widow Tweed decides the fox isn't safe here because famous Amos is going to shoot the fuck out of it. So it decides it's
This
time.
is like this to me the saddest
This
part
is-
in the whole movie.
This was really fucking sad where she recounts their time together
And she's just driving him. He doesn't know what's going on because he's a fox, and he's just like
he's excited. He's so excited to be in this fucking car
'cause he loves
and the
it.
old lady is just depressed and
I
eventually
somehow missed
kinda
this.
gets it. Did you? I'm
I
shocked.
didn't
but he
even
can
know
see
this happened.
he can see that she's upset,
Yeah,
but he doesn't know
man.
why. And then all of a
Man.
sudden, she leaves him in the forest alone, and he's just like, "What the hell do I do now?"
A little preserve. It's a wildlife little sanctuary thing. No hunting allowed. It's important.
It is.
Yeah, it's important. She's not stupid. She
That's-
protected him by law.
But
Though I will say
That
this: if you
isn't
raise a
true.
baby fox from since captivity and you
Yeah.
socialize, that fox cannot go back in the wild.
In real life,
That,
yes,
that
of
would
course.
that is a death sentence. Yeah, no. In real life, you don't have fucking Big Mama coming down, finding you a little fox honey to get your fucking dick wet and take care of you. That's not how it works in the real world. That fox is dead. He's not gonna get fucking taken in by fucking Piglet of all people, being oh dear, why don't you come sleep with me in my hole? It doesn't work like that. It's not gonna happen. This fox has been dead. But when dogs get hit by trains, they tend to explode. So I guess we're suspending disbelief for a little bit.
It was very sad.
What am I supposed to keep talking?
No,
what
I'm
is
just
this?
saying,
Please, I'm passing the
There
baton.
was a
Someone
big.
take
This
it
was a
from
big
me.
cry alert. That's all.
can I take the baton and tell you guys about what I watched? Because I watched Stanley. Have you guys seen Stanley?
Oh yeah, it's my man Stanley. Welcome to Stanley's world. That one, the Baha Men did the song.
No, Craig, did you see Stanley?
I don't know what you're talking about.
I have no idea what he's talking about either.
It's new on Disney Plus.
Flat
At least
Stanley?
I think. No,
Is
no,
it Flat
Stanley. It's just
Stanley?
called Stanley on Disney Plus. It's
It's
a
a little
docu.
bald kid with the 3 hairs.
No,
and
it's a documentary on Stanley.
Stanley
The Baha
Yelnats?
Men did the song.
Do you guys not know Stanley?
He has a fish friend. He learns
No,
about
he's the
animals.
Fantastic Four Marvel man. Stanley.
Oh my god, he's saying Stanley.
Yeah, I watched that documentary
I don't know.
right after I watched Fox
honestly-
and the Hound.
I don't know.
I don't know if you did.
I don't know if Rich does these bits. I don't know if they're bits.
No, these are bits. These are bits. I
Okay.
hope the other bits. They have to be bits. He's watched the Spooter, man. He knows who Stan Lee is.
Yeah, I watched Stanley, and it goes into like his life about like how he got
They
into
say
Marvel.
it. They
Wait,
say
so
it in the
who's-
documentary every
wait.
time. They just fucking ran whenever they said his name. It's Stanley. Stanley. You know Stanley. So Stanley was a guy. He made the Marvel. You know Stanley. He said,
This is-
did you play that twice speed so you had time? What happened?
Rich, who's that villain? What's that Spider-Man villain that Stanley made?
Doc Ock?
Stripperella?
Are you talking about Doc Ock?
Doc Ock. Yeah, his favorite's Doc Ock.
Yeah. Wait, what's wrong with Doc Ock?
What's wrong with Doc Ock?
Nothing. He's made by.
Craig thinks I say Doc Ock too fast.
He does.
Doc Ock?
He says it like Stanley.
You have to say it like Dr. Octavius.
Is that what you want from me, Craig? Dr. Octavius.
Dr. Octavius.
Yes,
Craig, does that make you happy?
it does make me happy.
No, his name's Doc Ock.
His name's
But
Doc
yeah,
Ock.
I watched the documentary and it was pretty good just going into.
This is the problem with Doc Ock. I feel like Doc Ock has like even when you say it fast, it's still it's like it's the sharp letters, so it comes to a stop regardless. The Doc and then the Ock. But
Yeah,
he's
Doc Ock.
literally saying a different name when he says Stanley.
Wait, is my Doc Ock wrong?
Your Doc
my
Ock is
Stanley
fine.
wrong?
Your Stanley is very wrong. You're saying it like it's one name.
But is my Doc Ock fine?
Your Doc Ock is fine. I'm gonna say I don't know. I don't hear Doc Ock and I'm not sitting there confused thinking of something else. But when you say a literal different name, it's a problem.
I don't know. I watched the documentary and I really want to get Marvel Lego sets now.
I still don't know if you did because you did call him Stanley.
No, I did watch it. Like, ask me anything about.
Did you listen to it? I guess.
Here, let me ask you something about who created the Marvel Universe.
Is this a trick question?
Alongside
Stanley.
I mean, it talked a little bit of Jack Kirby.
Oh, a little bit? Oh, just a little bit.
Just a tad.
There's actually
only the guy who really fucking
article.
created all of Marvel.
There's actually an article
They talk about him as a little bit.
There's actually an article out there about Jack Kirby not getting the appropriate credit in the documentary.
You're damn right, because
he doesn't get the appropriate credit in anything. We fucking talked about this on the podcast before.
We have?
We have.
yeah, it's insane.
I'm assuming one of the many Marvel properties we've covered.
Well, okay.
Probably Big Hero 6, if I'm honest. You know, the one that starred Stanley.
Yes.
He was I forgot his name, the hippie guy's father. Shaggy. Fuck it, why not?
No.
Yeah. The one with the money.
Do we want to finish the movie?
Yeah, so the fox gets his dick wet because of Big Mama. And the famous Amos is so fucking pissed off at this fox that he goes, I'm going to take my bear traps and I'm gonna lay them all around this nature preserve and I'm gonna fucking kill this fox. Because how dare he
be alive?
Be alive? Yeah, how dare you breathe? You know, at this point, the fox is like so far out of the fucking. It is just, even if it was like he's saying, "Oh, it was after my chickens." Now it's just pure revenge for the fact that his dog has a broken leg. The dog that he repeatedly screams at when it comes by and pretending its leg is hurt. Because at this point, the dog is fine. Chief has made a miraculous recovery in the course of a day. He's living it up, and he's all like, "Oh, no one's paying attention to me." He's like, Chief, I swear to God, you get back in that room or I'm going to break your other leg. Literal exact word from the fucking film. So I'm just like, what is wrong with this man? And yeah, he breaks into the nature preserve and he's going to fuck up this fox and he finds out where he lives and he sets his fox home on fire and it's terrible.
He could have potentially burned down an entire nature preserve.
Nature preserve, trying to kill a fox.
Let's just start a fire in the fucking woods.
Trying to kill a fox for summoning a train that broke his dog's leg. God.
It's like a warlock fox, that's why.
Yeah, honestly.
Summons trains.
I guess so, because the fucking fox can not only summon trains, but it can summon bears to fuck this guy up. And I swear, Disney has never seen a fucking bear in action in its life, because a total kill count of Disney bears is 0. God, we're watching 2 very bear-centric movies, apparently. They can't get a fucking win, these bears. It fucking smacked the dog 5 times across the fucking earth, and the dog's like, I'm fine.
Well, we know that the trains don't do a lot of damage.
Trains don't do, yeah, that's true. If trains aren't going to do damage, what is the fucking bear going to do?
These guys, they have superpowers. Stanley presents... God. The Fox in the House. It comes full circle. It's the circle of life.
God. There it is. The circle of life, baby.
I missed the big realization that you guys had because I was making sure that The Country Bears was on Disney Plus.
What is the kill count for The Country Bears?
I don't know.
Is that even a movie? I just know about the ride.
It is a movie.
Or that's a show
it's based on the ride or something.
It's an attraction. It's the Country Bears Jamboree.
Speaking of like attractions, did you guys know that there's another Haunted Mansion movie coming out?
Yeah, Danny DeVito.
Yeah.
Didn't we talk about it in the show?
Wait, he's in it?
Danny DeVito, Rosario Dawson.
I don't know.
I don't think we did.
I don't think we did either. We definitely talked about it, but I don't think for whatever reason we talked
Owen
about
Wilson?
Disney stuff. off the pod. Wow. Wow.
What about a ghost? Wow.
Kerchow. What are we watching Cars 2?
Is this actually
Did we
like...
not do Cars 2?
We did not do Cars 2.
No, we
You
have
would
better
know
things to watch.
if
I don't
we did
fucking
Cars
know. I've seen
2.
Cars 2.
That's right. We're supposed to watch the Aristocats for you.
Oh, for me?
Yeah.
That's okay. I don't need to see that.
It's your favorite, though.
Wait,
Everything
Jared
you watch.
Leto is in this? I thought he was dead.
He was just morbid. It was morbid.
Yeah,
No,
when
wasn't
did he
he-
die?
Yeah, I thought he died. Shortly after-
Everyone who's played the Joker is now dead. What? It takes one of them. It takes one guy dies playing the Joker. Now it's all of them.
Wait, was he not the... Wait, who was the Dark Knight Joker?
Heath
Was it
Ledger?
not him?
Yeah, he's talking about Heath Ledger.
Heath
Okay.
Ledger?
Yeah, I was getting them confused.
Who do you think Jared Leto is?
I thought he was the Dark Knight Joker.
That's insane.
I don't know. I don't know actors well, and I knew he was a Joker. At
This is-
He
least.
transcends acting.
Huh. Are you just saying that because he was the Morbin Man?
Yes.
Oh, wait, he was in 30 Seconds to
Yeah,
Mars?
he's in 30 Seconds to Mars, bud.
He is in 30. He is.
He is the Mars of 30 Seconds to Mars.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the important part. It's wild for you to say the 30 Seconds to Mars guy he was in the Dark Knight, right? He died on pills. He's also in Brokeback Mountain, right? That was him.
Oh.
That was Heath Ledger? I never seen that
bud.
movie. I just said Jake
Oh my
Gyllenhaal was in it. I've never
god!
seen
Oh,
it.
you'd love it.
Oh, yeah.
Are we done
I
with
got
the
nothing.
movie?
I don't know. I think we are.
Well, the bear, they fought a bear.
They massacred
Son-
that bear because the
what-
bear couldn't do fucking anything.
What was it? What's the fox's names? Sun
You mean Todd Sunyuk?
Yuk.
Todd Sunyuk,
Todd
please.
Sun Yuk.
Show me respect.
He came back. He came out of nowhere and helped them
He
fight
saved his brother.
and saved his brother. You know,
His
fight
twin, if you will.
and the old horrible racist man.
Yeah. Got caught in his own bear trap.
And
And then got caught in a bear trap, which I guess is kind of ironic.
then of course, they fall off a freaking mountain or whatever into the water.
Yeah, you know, typical stuff. Typical
And
stuff.
but you know he's a superhero, so he survived.
Yeah,
Fox.
bear fucking disintegrated on impact.
But the fox survives, and then the guy's gonna shoot him, and then Copper stands in his way and basically is like, "Don't shoot him." He's my
Because he
friend.
knows if you try to shoot the fox, the bullets are just going to ricochet back and kill them all.
So then, the end of the movie, Todd Sun-hyuk lives with his little girly friend. What's her name? Vicky?
Yeah, it's sure. I know it's Vixen, but
Vixen.
not.
That's it, yeah,
but
Vixie.
not. It's not a Vixie. Probably.
I think
yeah,
Vixie is what it is.
Vixen would be a lady fox, so it's just they changed the letter somewhere.
And then for some reason, the old lady seems to have gotten herself into a relationship with the old.
Yeah,
fucking,
I did not understand.
I was like,
that,
why
where
did that
she's
happen?
like wrapping his leg up. Like, this fucking old racist does not deserve a happy ending.
No, damn right.
He almost burned down a forest of a nature fucking preserve.
He
Fuck
was
this
the
old
whole
man.
fucking movie. He wanted to shoot your little fox, your little best
Wild.
friend. You had to give up the fox because this fucking psychopath was gonna kill it.
But no, now they're having a fun time together. I don't know. I guess she's lonely and horny, right?
She should have blown his fucking brains out, and that could have been the end of the movie. That would have been good.
Maybe she did. Maybe she could have done both.
Yeah, in a different way, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, a blowjob. Saying she sucked his fucking old man dick.
Yeah.
Can we stop talking about this movie? 10 out of 10. I'd watch it again. Richard, you ready? You gonna get back in here, buddy?
Hello, sorry, I was busy.
You can't get mad at Craig for buying toys every podcast if you also are quote unquote busy not buying toys.
I was looking at peanut butter.
You're not allowed to get it. That's just candy.
Okay. Sorry.
Anyway.
Did we finish the movie now?
We finished the movie, bud.
Oh, okay.
Welcome to the party.
Thank you. I'm here. I also watched the movie, and did I tell you that I know the secret to finishing these movies?
Yeah, you watch them for the whole runtime, and then you leave.
Having popcorn. Because I keep my hands busy, and I have to, I have something to look at while eating the popcorn. So, that's how I do it. And I hope you guys are proud of me that I figured out something that works 170-something episodes in.
At least...
But I'm watching the movies now.
At least you got something that's helping you.
Yeah. And I'm making sure that I eat my popcorn before 9 o'clock because of intermittent fasting and the rule.
So when are you supposed to eat again? At 1 o'clock, you said?
So you can pick an 8-hour period, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Does that work?
Is that just not sleeping? Am I insane?
What?
Is that not sleeping? Is that sleeping not the 8-hour period? Am I insane?
Well, you can't.
No,
you can't eat while you sleep, so no, you can't pick that 8-hour.
You
period.
can only eat during the 8-hour period.
You can only eat
so
during an
there's
8-hour
16
Oh, you can only
hours.
eat during the 8-hour period. I'm just like, wait a minute, what the fuck? It's called
yeah.
sleeping. I'm not eating in my sleep, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I don't know. I'm not doing it. I'm just eating what I want when I want. I think that was a slogan for something. Maybe Golden Corral. But anyway, great movie, guys.
I don't think Golden Corral had a slogan. I'm going to be honest. It's not.
Hold on. They had to have had a slogan.
Golden Corral, we have a fucking chocolate fountain. What do you care? Get the fuck over here. Fucking nasties. That's Golden
Corral
slogan.
tagline/slogan. Almost too good to believe. Everyone deserves a good meal. Making pleasurable dining affordable.
No.
The only one for everyone. That's a lot of taglines.
That is so much, and they're all fucking lies. I went to a Golden Corral once. I looked at the food and I asked if we could fucking leave.
There was a time me and my brother went to Golden Corral, like we were really young, like on a trip to Disney or something. We went to Golden Corral, and for some reason there was a guy that was like putting out brownies, and he says to my brother, "Browniezilla!"
Why were you
said,
at Disney
what?
going to Golden Corral? That's where you wanted to get food?
I mean, you got to go out of the parks in order to get the best deals. Like if you're buying food
I
inside
understand
the
that
park,
getting the best deals, but when you're at Disney, you fucking splurge.
I'm sorry, was the Golden Corral free? Otherwise, it's not a deal.
I mean, it was certainly cheaper than anything around the parks.
Just because something is cheaper doesn't make it a deal, Richard.
Did I say it was a deal?
In fact,
you
you
had to
probably.
leave the park to get the best deals. What are you saying?
I'll be honest. If it was a Golden Corral anywhere near Disney, it probably was the most expensive Golden Corral because same people are thinking the same. They're thinking the same thing.
That's also likely true. Yeah.
Hold
to save a little money, they go to Golden Corral. Although, I don't know. I'm not looking to save money when I'm in Disney World. You go in there, you're spending money.
I mean, the thing is, you have to think about it. My parents are the ones making the decision. They have 2 kids that they need to feed and provide for. Do you want to get them overpriced stuff at the park, or do you want to take them to a cheap place? Because you're already spending money on a vacation for 4, Craig.
Both your parents are white. I'm sure they had the money. They're fine.
Yeah, probably.
You have no idea. Because the thing is, like, okay, so my brother and my parents went to the market the other day. And what do you call, like, the street corn?
Elote?
Yeah, they had elote. It was like $5 for elote, something like that. Keep in mind, this is a busy market, a touristy area. But my brother's wife, she says, like, she wants the corn. And in the meantime, my parents are, like, just talking amongst themselves, like, just laughing. Like, who would pay $5 for an ear of corn? And they like went and took like pictures of the sign just so that they could go back to all of their friends back in New Jersey in order to say like, hey, they're trying to sell corn for $5 over here.
I don't understand why that's like, that doesn't sound so insane. I mean, it's like,
I'm confused. What's the point
it's
of
like
this
a
story?
cooked food though. It's like they made it. It's not, they weren't just giving you like raw corn, or they cooked it, they added spices, they did something to it. They, you know, that's why they're charging $5.
But the point of this is how cheap my parents are, in which they will completely like neglect the fact that all of this work had gone into the corn, but they just hear corn for $5, ridiculous.
Yeah, that's why they've never eaten it, clearly, because...
So they are the type of people who will go to Golden Corral to save money during a vacation.
Your parents not know what food is?
The thing is, they will always do this type of stuff in which, like, my brother's wife likes to get, like, expensive ingredients, and my parents would always say, like, oh, why are you doing that, making your own spices, when McCormick is $1? So, that's the mindset they have.
Your brother's obviously doing well enough, like, it doesn't matter, though. Like, they're okay.
Have they eaten her food?
I don't know.
Has she not cooked for them? Can she
I think
cook
she
for
has,
them?
but they'll still just say like, "Oh, get this, it's cheaper." So, yeah, that's the thing in which they're just very set in their ways. And I mean, our family isn't as well off as yours, Craig. I think that's one of the things.
I don't know.
And so, no, they aren't going to splurge. Their splurging is just the fact that they're taking us to Disney.
Okay, so there's not them, but you could have splurged. You splurged when you go to Disney then.
Oh yeah, sure, I'll splurge.
Okay, there we go.
Like, I mean,
Richard goes to Disney, Golden Corral for everyone in the park. Let's go.
yeah. Yeah, like, believe me, when I go to Disney, I am getting the Simba-shaped Rice Krispie treats for even $10. No matter what price they are, I'm getting them.
Yeah, like, see, like that, I mean, I would too, but I'm not a big Rice Krispie treat person.
I had one of those. I do not like those Rice Krispie treats at all.
We did get one, actually, I think. My brother bought one and we shared it. When we were in Disneyland. It wasn't a Simba-shaped one.
How was it fresh, though? Because Casca, I think he had his a few days after.
Oh, like we had it. It was just a Rice Krispie treat with chocolate on it.
It's a Rice Krispie treat.
Oh, okay.
It wasn't stale. It just wasn't good.
It was just a Rice Krispie treat, nothing special. Like I had a
It
cookie
has,
too.
like,
Honestly, the
90%
park,
more marshmallow than it should.
the stuff that you get from the little bakeries that are in the parks, like in the gift shops, honestly, nothing special. They're fine. I had a cookie though at the Pixar Pier. It was a Jack Jack's cookie from Incredibles. That was good as shit.
Was it?
That was warm.
Oh,
that was a good as shit
it.
cookie.
You ruined it.
What?
You ruined it.
Ruined what? Was there a
The
joke?
cookie. How was the cookie?
Wait, did you get it from Jack Cookie Num Nums?
I don't know.
Craig, how was the cookie, Craig? Craig, use one word to describe
Num?
the cookie, Craig.
Num? I don't know. I don't understand.
Craig, the cookie was incredible, Craig.
What are we doing next week, boys?
I'm fucking killing myself.
Okay, well, luckily I have been the one. I am looking at all of the YouTube comments. I am looking at your emails. By the way, thanks to everyone who's sending stuff in. I think that next week we are going to do fan requested Cadet Kelly. It's going to be incredible. Dunce number 1 signing off. Good night and good bless.
If Greg's doing, I'm leaving too.
I'm the third one, and I'm just, I'm done.
You and your family will be cursed for always and eternity.
Walt Disney Pictures brings the award-winning book to life. Holes.
My name is Stanley Yelnats. All my life, I seem to be in the wrong place at the wrong time. My grandpa says it's because of this 150-year-old curse.
There's no curse on this family.
There is on the men in this family. It's all because of your no-good, dirty, rotten, pig-stealing great-great-grandfather. Welcome to Camp Green Lake.
Where's the lake?
This is Stanley.
Everyone in my family names their son Stanley because it's Yelnats backwards.
Well, that's interesting.
Did you tell him about the lizards?
You don't bother them, they won't bother you. Usually.
Now, to break his family's curse,
It's destiny.
he'll have to solve a mystery
What do you say we dig one more hole?
Why?
I feel lucky.
and find what's hidden at Camp Green Lake.
What is that?
I think I might have found something.
What'd you find?
You better get down here.
And the D-Town will stick together.
Stanley!
My name is X-Ray.
Magnet. Zigzag.
Boom. This is Zero.